Sorry guys, it's stopped recording. Don't ask me why.
To anyone with information that could help find Summer. The reward has grown to over 70,000, and yet the question as to what happened to Summer remains unanswered.
She's a cute little girl.
Ripple's biggest clearance event of the year. Get up to 70% off must-have summer style. Now, since this case started, there have been a lot of rumors and speculations on social media as to what could have happened to the little girl. And the most popular one is that her parents, mostly Candace, could have accidentally hurt Summer and then made up the abduction theory. However, Dawn and Candace have vehemently denied these accusations, saying that they wouldn't hurt anyone, especially their daughter. Another theory going around in social media involves the Cornbread Mafia, a rumored group of underground marijuana growers and traffickers. Don said in an interview with Dr. Phil that he had heard about the group's activity in his area, but that neither he nor his family had ties to it. During an interview with body language experts in the show, Candace completely lost it, and off the set, saying that she was being interrogated again and didn't want to do this anymore. This episode caused a lot of reactions in social media and mainstream media, with some people believing that Candace knew more about her daughter's disappearance than she was letting on. Some experts on the show said that they don't believe Summer's parents hurt their daughter, but Candace's strange behavior did raise a lot of questions. 6 weeks after she disappeared, her 3 brothers were removed from their home by social services. Although the exact reasons for this haven't been released, Don said in an interview that his house was becoming a dangerous place to be due to the threats that he and Candace were receiving. He said the stress caused a strain on their marriage, and he started drinking heavily. In October 2021, Don was arrested for a DUI after he was pulled over attempting to turn left, but ran off the road into a grass shoulder. The officer noted that Don had bloodshot eyes and a half-empty bottle of alcohol in his car. When the officer asked Don if he had been drinking, Don replied that he had only taken a couple of shots, and that he had taken the bottle from his wife during an argument. He was charged with a DUI, having an expired registration, and violation of financial responsibility, which means that he was probably driving without insurance. He was released the next day on a $5,750 bond. This is not actually the first time that Don was being arrested. He has a criminal record, which includes other alcohol-related charges and domestic violence. According to a warrant filed on October 15, 2020, Candace called the police to report a domestic assault by her husband. She even went ahead to file an order of protection against him, stating, "I am afraid for my children and myself." But then, just 2 months before Summer went missing, Candace dropped the charges and asked for the order to be dismissed. Now, getting back to Summer's disappearance, investigators have received over 1,000 tips since she disappeared. But many have just been dead ends or idle speculations, which only makes the case even more complicated. The investigatory agency even had to issue a request asking the public to only submit credible information to the tips line. After months of doing everything possible to find Summer, the ground search for Summer was called off in the Beach Creek community, with the authorities saying that they were still not close to figuring out what happened to Summer.
I'm sure you done everything that's about that. Say everything humanly possible to do. The manpower, the search.
I wish I had Tennessee accent. Now I always say I'm gonna have a Texan accent. That'd be cool.
Don also expressed his dissatisfaction with how the investigation was going, saying that neither the police nor the public has been able to come up with anything. At one time in an interview, he said that he's lost hope of ever seeing his daughter alive again. Statistically speaking, there's a good chance she's already dead. I hate to think that. I love her with all my heart. If nothing else, I'll see her in the resurrection. As long as I keep the commandments and do what I'm supposed to do, I'll see her. He also stated that this was not the first time that the family was dealing with the mysterious disappearance of a loved one. As it turns out, Candace had a sister called Rose
different name?
and has never been seen since. Rose was 21 years old and lived in St. Paul Falls, Wisconsin, with her husband and 2 children. She was last seen leaving the home at about 7 p.m. on August 21st, 2009, to meet a cousin at a bar about 5 miles away. She told her husband that she was back before midnight, but was never heard from again. Her car was found 5 days later, abandoned in a parking lot. There was no sign of foul play. She left home with little money and no credit card or debit card. Allegedly, she and her husband had a troubled relationship before she disappeared. Police had responded to a domestic dispute at their home in which the husband accused her of slapping him, and she accused him of putting her in a headlock and banging her head on the ground. 3 weeks after her disappearance, her husband filed for divorce and sought a court order to prevent her from returning and taking her children. The husband passed a polygraph test after she went missing and is not considered a suspect. Now, as Candace and her family pray for Summer's safe return, they're also hoping that their sister is also found. They have started a website, findsummerwells.com, and a YouTube channel in hopes that it will help them find their daughter.
Just for a second, so they so I remember calling them.
If you have any information that could help this case, you are being asked to contact the authorities at 1-800-TBI-FIND or call the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office at 423-272-7121. What do you think happened to Summer? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.
Alright guys, I will see you in my 4th one, so I see you then.